Hey everybody, it's Dr. Eric Balcavage. We're back for another edition of Thyroid Thursday, and today we're answering another listener question. This person asks, can someone get off of thyroid replacement therapy, and what are the steps? And I would say maybe. It all really depends. It depends on maybe how long you've had a thyroid condition. If you've only had a thyroid condition maybe a couple of years, it's going to be probably easier to recover from that. If you've been dealing with a hypothyroid condition for decades and you've been essentially taking thyroid hormone replacement that the gland would typically make for that whole period of time, it may be a little bit harder. That gland may have really been atrophied. If you have hypothyroidism because you had a thyroidectomy or you had your thyroid gland radiated, that gland may not come back. Although I have seen people who've had thyroidectomies, who have had their thyroid gland damaged, have tissue regrow and be able to have normal thyroid physiology without medication. So I think it's pretty remarkable what the body can do. So we talk about how long you've been going on, how much damage and what type of damage has been done. And can you identify and eliminate what triggered the whole process to begin with? If the issue is an iodine deficiency and you replace iodine, you might be able to recover. But I don't think that's the majority of the causes for most of those people who are struggling with chronic hypothyroidism, especially when they're struggling with chronic hypothyroidism and they don't feel well on their current dose of medication. So what you have to do is identify what the things are that triggered the initial change in thyroid physiology from homeostasis to allostasis. See if those things are still there. If they are, you need to reduce or eliminate them as much as possible, as well as a bunch of the other stressors so that the body can shift from cell defense to healing, repair, and homeostasis. So that can take some work, but if you can find those things and you can address those things, you can recover. I've seen it over the last almost 3 decades now, people needing less and less thyroid medication and people being able to come off of their thyroid medication in time. So are you willing to make changes? I just did a Thyroid Thursday about this. Like, you have to be willing to make changes to diet, to lifestyle, to thoughts, behaviors, habits, sleep, relationships, whatever was the major trigger or whichever still the major stressors in your life, they got to change. And because if the same stressors are constantly there, why would you expect your body to do anything different than it's currently doing? And are you willing to get help probably outside of insurance-based model? If you're going to a allopathic physician, trying to get you to recover from a thyroid condition is not their wheelhouse. Their wheelhouse is managing your condition with a medication. If it's hyperthyroidism, they're trying to radiate it or cut it out and then put you on hypothyroid medication. If you're hypothyroid from the start or have Hashimoto's, it's all the same beast. They're just managing it. They're just trying to tinker with the thyroid medication dose that they might think is best for you in the moment. And that may change in their model over back and forth because of different things that are going on with your physiology. So they'll increase it, they'll decrease it. So functional medicine is really, that's our thing, is trying to help people understand what's creating their health challenges, what's causing their body to behave the way it is, and what can we do through diet, through lifestyle, through supplementation strategies to help this person not manage a condition, but recover from a condition. So many of the people that I know that are practicing true functional medicine just aren't in an insurance-based model because it just doesn't fit with what insurance wants to cover, okay? So what are the steps? Well, I think you have to be on your own. You can evaluate your own habits, your own behaviors, your own environment, your own relationships, your sleep patterns, your physical status and your physical workout. These are the things that Dr. Kelly Halderman and I talk about in the book, The Thyroid Debacle. Part 3 of the book is all about what we call the fitness factors. that these are all these aspects of your life that if you have a high level of fitness, it's probably going to be beneficial. If you have a low level of fitness in these categories, it's probably going to be problematic. And what the goal is to raise your level of fitness in each of these fitness factor categories we talk about in the book. But something in your history, in your health timeline, is created who you are today and the challenge you're struggling with. So we have to go back through that and start looking at how did I get here? What are the things that led up to my diagnosis and the conditions I'm trying to recover from? If you can identify those things, some of them may be gone, but the body's still responding as if they're there, or some of those things may still be there. But that's step one. Step two is reduce or eliminate the unhealthy habits and behaviors that are easy to do. Yeah, I eat a terrible diet. Well, change that. I stay up all late at night watching movies and TVs and on Instagram and Facebook. Don't do that, right? I have terrible personal relationships. Change that, right? I have financial issues. Change that, right? If you have, I don't know, like there's whatever those habits and behaviors are that are not healthy, drink too much, drugs, whatever, eliminate them. And that's a huge step. 3, start working to improve your level of fitness in each of the categories that we talk about in the thyroid debacle. Just raise them up. I have poor physical fitness. Once you identify that you have poor physical fitness, then work with somebody to start improving your level of physical fitness. If you have poor sleep fitness, then work on improving your sleep habits and your sleep physiology. And you may need a physician to help you. Maybe these are things you can just simply do on your own. If your room is super hot, you got lots of blankets, you got dogs, kids, whatever in the room sleeping with you, your spouse snores, you got bright lights in the room, even in the dark, change that stuff. Dr. Kelly and I, in the book, we talk about a whole bunch of easy strategies that you can do to improve your level of fitness in all these categories. The last step, find a functional medicine practitioner. And not all functional medicine practitioners are the same. Not everybody in functional medicine actually practices the philosophy of functional medicine. They just use different drugs or lots of supplements to manage or treat conditions and symptoms. And that's really not what the foundation of functional medicine should be. The foundation of functional medicine should be to look for those stressors that are causing the body to act from a defense perspective and reduce or eliminate those so the body can actually heal and repair. Too many people are trying to heal and repair when their body's still in defense mode. And that's a challenge. You can have short-term success with supplementation strategies, but you're probably not going to have long-term success, especially once those copious amounts of supplements go away. Your functional medicine practitioner is just going to make the process of trying to identify some of these causes easier. They should be helping you identify. They're going to be able to help you run the labs. They can look at which systems are struggling, what are the potential areas where problems might be contributing to your stress load, and then give you strategies to help address those things, whether it's supplements or diet and lifestyle modification. They should be able to help you understand when it's time, especially in thyroid physiology, when it's time for a potential medicine change, and you need to go back to your prescribing doctor and say, hey, I think I need to have my dose changed. I've lost 15 pounds. My TSH is really low now. My T4 is really high. I don't feel good. Now it's time to go back and get a dose change. So the functional medicine practitioner should be able to help you with that. And they're going to help keep you accountable and keep you on the path. It would be nice to say that once you address your gut physiology, it's never going to be problematic again. Once you improve the immune and inflammatory system, it's never going to be a problem again. That's not the case. We're on the path of working on our health, and then we get diverted. Cold, virus, lifestyle, party weekend, whatever it is. So we're on the path and we get diverted, and a functional medicine practitioner should be able to help keep you on that path over time or help you get back on that path quicker. All right. Hopefully this video helped. If you have any more questions, Put them below wherever you watch the video, and check out the Thyroid Debacle.